Hello YouTube, this is Krashik and welcome once again to a very exciting video. Today we're going to be starting out the 747 and it's going to be really exciting. The Queen of the Skies. Really amazing aircraft. The textures are a bit old. The aircraft, the model is a bit old, but it's still holding up. It's amazing to fly. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Just make sure you download the checklist. I did not make this checklist. I found it on the internet. It doesn't seem to have a watermark or anything letting us know who made it, but whoever made this checklist, thank you very much. It is very useful. It was not created for X-Plane 11, nor X-Plane 10, nor not this particular 747, but it works. It works pretty good. It is actually made for the PMDG 747, but it should work just fine. So let's jump right into the cockpit and let's start following our checklist. So first we start with the pre-flight. So battery should be on. Standby power, it says it should be on, but it should be on auto. External power 1 and 2 on. It only shows external power available on number 1, so we only use number 1, no problem. Make sure your parking brake is pulled all the way back. And this would be the right time for you to know exactly the route that you're going to be flying and the fuel block that you will be requiring. So you can set that over here and edit fuel and weight, do that, blah, blah, blah. Done, and resume your flight, and we can continue with the checklist. Next thing that would be is after the external power, starting the APU. There she goes. If you want to see some stuff running up to see that the APU is starting, you can click over there on stat and you will see it will eventually reach 100. Let's continue. Electric engine control. That should be on. And that is, if I am not mistaken, I forgot. Here it is, ELEC engine control. They are all on norm, so just let them be. If they are not on norm, they are on alternate, switch them to norm. Bus ties to auto. There she goes. Gen cunt on. Hydraulic pump demand, all four off. Hydraulic engine, all four on. Utility left and right on. Nav logo and wing lights. Oh, they are already on. Let's turn them off. Nav logo and wing lights should be on. Emergency lights, they are up here, not simulated. Flaps and gear, check flaps are 0. And gear lever is down. IRS, it would be aligned, but in this aircraft the alignment is not simulated, and in the FMC there is no IRS position, so let's go straight to nav. Fuel crossfeed, all 4 on. 1, 2, 3, 4 on. Fuel pumps, all 16 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 off. Nacelle, I think that's the way you spell it, I don't know. Nacelle and wing anti-ice off. All of these guys off. Window heat on. Yaw dampers on. Pass temperature on flight deck auto. Cargo temperature also auto, why not? Trim air should be on. VPR recircular on. I'm assuming upper, not just yet. Or should it be? let's set both upper and lower. Aft cargo. Well, let's see. Aft cargo hold on. Gasper, I believe they should be here, but there is no Gasper button, so let's just ignore that. AC packs, all three to norm. These are the packs. Left and right isolation, open. APU bleed on. And engine bleeds on. You know what? Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to turn the equipment cooling to norm. Let's continue. Then it says program the FMC. This is the moment where you would program the FMC. Just don't waste too much fuel. Remember that your APU is up and running, and it is consuming fuel. So yeah, continue with all of that stuff. And, well, actually, yeah, you got the APU, but also you got external power. Actually, we are using the external power. We're not using the APU. But the APU, what it is doing is generating, well, it has this RAM air, I think it's called. And with that one, we will be able to turn on the engines. So required, very, very important. Even though the power is being sucked by the... Actually, now that I think about it, why do we have the external power on if the generator is still running? We could very well just have the generator of the APU running and turn off the external power. I don't see the point of using the external power if we have the APU running. So yeah, let's do that. What's next? Oh yes, the FMC. Well, yeah, this is the time where you configure the FMC. I'm not gonna get into the FMC on this video. If you want to know, if you don't know how to operate the FMC, the default FMC on X-Plane 11, please go and check my FMC video. The link is in the video description. And yeah, I will actually put two links where you will be able to learn about the use of the FMC. Quite simple, really fun. Anyway, let's continue after the programming of the FMC. Before start, speed indicated airspeed max set to V2. So over here we will be having to set, but I don't know what you have to do. Oh, you need to turn on the flight directors, and then you will be able to set your V2 speed. The V2 speeds on the 747 depends on your weight and your configuration for takeoff, your flap configuration. So I don't know, do a little Google search for what you want to use, and that's basically what you're gonna have to be doing. Okay, so the speed is set to the V2, supposedly. LNAV and VNAV are armed. Heading is set to runway heading, so we need to know the heading of the runway. But let's assume this runway is number, oh well, it says over there. It's 10, runway 10. 10, then that means that the heading is 100. You basically just add a 0. So heading, whoops, not that one. That is the bank limit. Here we go. Heading 100. What's next? Altitude. Set to initial altitude that will be given to you by the ATC or your charts, but let's say that in this airport 7,000 feet is the initial climb altitude. So there we go. Yep. And we could actually arm the auto throttle. No, it won't let us. I think you need to configure some other stuff before letting you arm the auto throttle. But that's cool. Whatever. I don't care. Anywho, Now let's continue. Start engines. Okay, so to start our engines, this is, well, actually, this is the time where if you are going to get a pushback, this is when you get it. And you start the engines while and after the pushback, just for you to know. So we don't need a pushback here because I am super cool. I can just run away. And so let's get right into starting the engines. So fuel switches, all four to cut off. Okay, all four are to cut off. Trim set. Well, I don't know where you set the trim. I have a trim. I mean, I have my trim options on my yoke. So you better change that. So just make sure it's on the green. Probably by the center would be a good idea. There would be. I think that's all right. I'm not sure where you. Uh, I think it's in the yoke. Uh, yeah, not sure why. No idea how to make the yoke appear. It's not here, but it's not really necessary. I like it better without it. Uh, but yeah, there goes that. So I mean, you can be really picky about exactly what trim you need, but for that you need to know your weight, your center of gravity, and do a couple of calculations with some charts, and you would be able to find it no problem. But rule of thumb, just keep it on the green. Okay, so moving on. Now the trim is set. Auto brakes, RTO. No, those are not the auto brakes. Where are the auto brakes? Found them. Auto brakes set to RTO. And actually, this would be the great time to set the no smoking and the seat belts to auto. Flight deck door locked. Hopefully it is locked. I don't remember how to lock this door from here. Let's see if it's locked. Are you locked? Nope, you're not. Ooh, and it's United. You don't want to have this unlocked. Friggin' United personnel can come and frickin' wipe your smile out of your face, drag you out the aircraft. You don't want that. So, yeah, try to lock it. I think the lock was somewhere around here, but it's not really important, so I'm not gonna waste much time into that. Unless you're on United, right? But we'll let it slide this time. Anyway, fuel pumps on tanks with fuel. So basically, the ones that show press are the ones that tend to have fuel, or you can also check out your weight and balance. Over here it says fuel tank 6 has no fuel. Fuel tank 7 has no fuel. This is okay. Okay. So 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't show. I'm guessing the center ones are the ones which don't have fuel. Center fuel total. No, center fuel does have fuel tank 1 and fuel tank 8. Left side, 2 tanks out of 3 have fuel. Huh. Okay, let me check something out. You know what? I think these are the ones. Yeah, the main one. The main ones, not the over whatever. Those don't seem to have fuel, so let's keep those off. That should be good for now. Okie dokie. If fuel 2 is okay, let me check this out on the checklist. Fuel 2 is greater than fuel 1 and fuel 3 is greater than fuel 4, all cross feed on. If fuel 2 is smaller than fuel 1 and fuel 3 and they are smaller than fuel 4, cross feed 1 and 4 and OVRD off. I'll just leave the cross feeds on. So yeah. Okay. Not sure how that works, but I'm pretty sure it's quite interesting and probably a video by itself. Okay, so fuel pumps are cool. Doors are closed. I don't know if we can see the doors here. Oh yeah, we can. I don't know if that means they are closed, but I hope they are. Hydraulic pump, demand for auxiliary. And 1, 2, and 3 auto. AC packs, all 3 off. Off, off, off. Auto start. Where is the auto start? Auto start off. Continuous ignition off. No, continuous ignition should be now on. Throttles idle. Beacon light on. That means we are gonna start our engines. Both. Yeah, let's go for both. Engine start number 4. I think it's this one. Okay, engine start number 4, push, repeat for number 1, 3, and 2. When N2 reaches 14, fuel, okay. Okay, makes sense. So let's start number 4. Let's go to engines. N2, where is the N2? I don't see the N2, but let's give it fuel. Where is the N2? Oh, here it is, here it is. Okay. So it was at 14. Ooh. There it goes. What? There goes engine number 4. Look at her go. Oh, wait. She's not doing anything. Well, she's trying. She's definitely trying. And it doesn't look like she's getting anywhere. Oh no, she is. Slowly but steady. Isn't she? Oh, I don't know anymore. Because N2 is dropping really hard. Out of curiosity, what happens if I add power? It's definitely not working. Okay, let's turn that off. You go off. You go off. What? Now it's doing some funny noises. As if it wanted to turn on. Oh, it was pulled already. That was why. Okay, it's well above 14 now. So probably I should give it some fuel. And now it is turning on. Oh, why was this pulled? That's not right. Well, I mean, well, you learn something new every day, right, kids? But there she goes, engine number 1. Okay, so then we gotta do that for engine number. Okay, fuel pumps, fuel. Blah, 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 blah. Number 1, then 3, then 2. Okay, so now number 1, your turn. to shine. Let's wait for the N2 to reach 14. And let's give it some fuel. And there she goes. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, that looks stable enough. Engine number 3, you ready? Ten, 12, 13, and 14. Let's go. Nice. There she goes. And that's good enough for me once again. Now engine number 2. 5, 8, 10, 12, 14. Fuel. And there she goes. Great success. Okay, moving on with the checklist. APU off. APU bleed off. AC packs, all 3 go back to norm. Yeah, it will manage eventually. I wonder why those engine bleeds turned off. Oh, temperatures are still rising. They should do okay in a little bit. Okay, AC pilot 3 to norm, hydraulic pump demand 4 to auto. Taxi light on. Flaps set for takeoff. Should be 10 or 20. For this runway, it probably should be 20. Alright, the APU, I think I heard it turn off. So that's nice. Ooh, those flaps, they do take quite a while. I mean, they are like a friggin' wall. That's just insane. That's the way it is. Okay. Now before takeoff, park and brake, release, anti-ice, engine wings as necessary. I think below 10 degrees Celsius, if I'm not mistaken, is a good. Well, no, that's more for the window heat actually. But at the time being, I think we're okay. And anti-ice, well, if you're gonna get into some clouds and you have, depending on the humidity and the temperature and all that, you may need them. So that's depending as necessary. Auto throttle should be armed. I don't think. Oh, now it can be armed. Awesome. There we go. Flight directors, uh, they are already on. We needed them to put the speed. And TCAS, Tara or above. TCAS, TCAS, TCAS. Oh, I can't. It won't let me go all the way to Tara. No, Tara. Oh well. That's good enough, I guess. And yeah, before aligning, I'll just continue. You can continue with the checklist. Before aligning with the runway, make sure you have your strobe and landing lights on. LNAV and VNAV to stay configured. Flight director confirm it's on. And you can turn the autopilot. I'd use the left one. The pilot uses the left one. I think the copilot the right one, and the center one is an Alt one, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. So use the left one. You can do that when you are 500 feet above the ground. It's quite simple, quite friendly. And yeah, that's about it. You can keep looking at the checklist as you fly. But that's all you need to start your engines. Let me just make sure everything looks in order. Yeah, everything looks great. So that's basically it. The the correct way to start up your 747 engines and to have your aircraft configured for a flight. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. That would be awesome. If you did, please let me know in the comments below what you learned and if you liked this video and what you would like to see next. I really appreciate hearing from you guys. It's quite awesome. That's what keeps me going, really. So yeah. Anyway, that was pretty much it. Happy flying and cross check out.